Greetings, agents. This is your community manager, 3RL. First up, I just want to take a moment to shout out that key art and the great work that the creative team did with that amazing piece of art. And with that, we're back again to deliver the news of the Marvel Future Fight December update. Now, what if superheroes and villains of the Marvel Universe faced different outcomes? How do you think it would have played out? The theme of the December update is Marvel Studios' What If Season 2. So let's check out the superheroes in December update who face alternative realities within this twisted multiverse. We have Hela, the formidable ruler of Hell, has been drawn by the power of the Ten Rings and traveled beyond Asgard to Earth. And in response, Wen-Wu will fight against the gods of Asgard with the power of the Ten Rings. Meanwhile, Nebula, who has been involved in numerous wrongdoings as Thanos' adopted daughter, has joined the Nova Corps as an intergalactic police force. And lastly, Kohori, a new superhero who has the ability to simultaneously open numerous portals with the power of the Space Stone, has been added to Marvel Future Fight. Now, please note that the footage shown today is being played on a test build, and that may be differences from the actual update. And we've also prepared a gift for agents who have watched the live stream until the very end as always, so please stay tuned. Now, let's dive into the contents of Marvel Studios' What If Season 2 update. Now, what if the ruthless queen of Asgard, Hela, would arrive on Earth? Hela, having mastered Ying Li's martial arts, has returned more powerful than ever when facing superhero-type enemies. With dazzling martial arts, these movements, like Ying Li, Hela summons numerous flaming swords to attack her enemies, inflicting a wide range debuff to incapacitate her enemies. Let's take a look, shall we, at some of those moves. Her new passive, Lady of Despair, will increase guaranteed dodge rate, apply super armor, and decrease basic damage received by a percentage. Now, let's check out Hela's newly acquired martial arts inspired abilities. Alrighty, let's go ahead and turn off that cooldown. As always, jump right into it. I wish I could replay the little intro when she comes into screen, but her first move is called Blade of Hell. Let's check that out, shall we? And one more time. Blade of Hell will apply bleed and paralysis along with a percentage of energy damage. In skill number 2, these guys over here are going to experience Destruction Circle. Destruction Circle will apply burn and fracture to enemies. Alright. Over here on the left, we're going to show you Predicted End. Now, Predicted End will counterattack when defending against enemy attack. It will apply bleed and paralysis to enemies, and it will apply a 100% chance to grant all damage immunity to self, and increase all basic attacks based on the accumulated pure damage received until a certain percentage of max HP. And next up we have skill number 4 with Burning Blade Rain. Massive damage there. Burning Blade Rain will apply burn, stun, and silence, and decrease all basic defenses to enemies. It also apply barrier, increase skill damage, and bonus damage to self. And her fifth energy skill is called Energy of the Wind. This one's a fun one. Energy of the Wind will apply burn, bleed, stun, snare, incapacitation, and paralysis to enemies, as well as applying a recovery of an HP percentage to self, invincible, and removing all debuffs. And now her ultimate skill is called Death's Arsenal. Alrighty, let's check that out, shall we? Death's Arsenal applies bleed, paralysis, and decreases in all basic defenses to enemies, and gives a % chance to penetrate with barrier, shield, all damage immune, invincible self while granting invincible, removing all debuffs, increases basic damage for one attack, and 100% increase all charge rate to accumulated pure damage. Let's check that out one more time. Pretty epic. Let's go ahead and check out her dev recommended combos. And the devs recommend 3, 4, and 5. So let's go ahead and check that out. 3, 2, 1. Got that dodge move in there. Alrighty. Bam. Now, can the power of Earth's humans ever be able to fight against the gods of Asgard? Alrighty, next up we have Wenwu. I got some of these little sweet motions here. Zoom out a little bit, get a full effect. Wenwu harnesses the power of the 10 rings, and he will confront the gods of Asgard, using the 10 rings to perform powerful martial arts. Wenwu will be a great leader and support for supervillain allies in PvP. Wenwu attacks his enemies by jumping high in the air, using the rebound from his firing of the 10 rings to the ground. Now let's go ahead and check out the new 10 rings inspired abilities in action. Alrighty then. Turn off the cooldown, excuse me. Alright, let's jump right into it. Skill number 1 is called Concentration Strike. Love the slowdown effect, very action-packed. Alright, Concentration Strike will apply stun to enemies, and all of his following attacks will have an additional percentage of energy damage. Skill number 2 is called 10 Ring Whip. Bam, let's try to get a better angle on that one. Let's go from right here. Okay, not as good, but that's okay. 10 Ring Whip causes energy damage by a percentage of energy attack. There we go, that's better. Alright, everyone's getting a little spread out, but that's okay. Skill number 3 is called 10 Ring Whirlpool. Again with that slow-mo. 10 Ring Whirlpool applies incapacitation and decreases all basic defenses by a percentage and is stackable. It also recovers a percentage of HP to self. Now, skill number 4 is a returning one. It is Warlord's Thread. We're going to go ahead and check it out in that new uniform anyway. 10 rings flying around, causing havoc. Wouldn't want to be hit by that. Alright, back up to the front here. We're going to check out skill number 5, which is Wrath of the Tiger. Time. Wrath of the Tiger will apply stun, silence, and incapacitation to enemies. It will also apply a high percentage chance to penetrate super armor, barrier, shield, all damage immune, as well as invincible, along with invincible and increased all basic attacks by percentage. And of course, we'll go ahead and also check out his combos after this move here. Okay, we have 4, 3, and 5 recommended by the devs. And as always, if you want to check out the other combos, be sure to go into this preview mode and you can practice them for yourself. Alrighty. We'll see how Winwoo's new abilities measure up against the gods on Earth. What if, instead of following Thanos, Nebula had been a member of the Nova Corps, protecting the order of the universe? As a member of the Nova Corps, Supernova Nebula now uses the Yaka arrow instead of a sword to fight against her enemies. She rapidly shoots flaming arrows, attacking her enemies with fire damage instead of lightning. Now let's check out Supernova Nebula's new fire damage skills in game, shall we? Alright, flying in to kick some butt. First move we have is called Somersault Arrow. Right, one more time, turn off that skill cooldown display. Somersault Arrow applies stun and fire damage. Alright. And then skill number 2 is called Swinging Arrow, which applies paralysis and fire damage. Looks like she shoots the arrow into the ground, coming back up to cause some major damage. Skill number 3 is called Yaka Twister. Try to get a better angle on that one. Alright, so you can get right here. Oh, that will do. Yaka Twister applies silence and recovers a percentage of HP. Alrighty. Skill number 4 is called Blazing Arrow. Lights it on fire there. Blazing Arrow decreases fire resistance of enemies while increasing all basic attacks, defense, all speed and crit rate while removing incapacitation. Also grants all damage immunity to self. One more time. And then skill number 5 is called Living Arrow. Let's check that one out, shall we? Living Arrow paralyzes and increases all basic defenses of enemies. It grants an invincible and increases all basic attacks to self. Alrighty. And lastly, her Awaken skill is a returning one, but of course, let's go ahead and check it out in this new fancy get-up she has, shall we? Good friend Mantis popping in there to show some support. And of course, let's go ahead and check out her combos as well. Dev recommended combo is 5, 3, and 4. 3, 2, 1, and action. Awesome. I don't know about you, but we can't wait to see Supernova Nebula fighting for justice. Alrighty. Last but not least, we have a superhero who uses the power of the Space Tome joining Marvel Future Fight. Kohori has a perfect ability to support superhero-type allies in PvP. Using the power of the Space Stone, Kohori uses telekinesis and has the ability to quickly move and attack. Alright, let's check out some of her moves real quick. Zoom out a little bit so we can see some of that action, some of these portals popping up. Gotta love the space influence in her entire build. Her first passive skill is called Tesseract Power. Will apply dodge rate and energy attack increase, along with granting her super armor an increase to all basic defense by a percentage. Her second passive is Hero's Decree, which will apply an increased damage dealt to targets with remove all debuffs and debuff removal instinct by a percentage. And her leader skill is called First People, which applies a percentage increase of energy defense to all allies. So let's go ahead and check out this brand new hero in action. Alrighty. let's jump right into this brand new hero. First up, skill number 1 is called Hunting Wolf. Hunting Wolf applies stun and silence along with a percentage of energy damage. Alright, and skill number 2 is called Buffalo Stomp. So you love those little bits of space popping up into some of her moves. It does move all these guys around, so it makes it a little bit difficult, but that's okay. Buffalo Stomp applies stun and silence along with applying barrier to self as well as an additional percentage of energy damage. Alright, over here on the left we're going to show you skill number 3, which is Cosmos Circle. Again, love the little elements of space. Big space fan over here. Cosmos Circle will apply silence, paralysis, and will decrease all basic defenses by a percentage. Cosmos Circle also applies a small percentage of HP recovery, increase all basic attacks, defense, speed, and crit rate by a percentage, and of course will remove incapacitation and additional energy damage of the energy attack. We go up here to the front where there aren't, I think they're still bunched up a little bit. Yeah, that works for me. Skill number 4 is called Sharp Wind. Whoops, move them, but that's okay. Moves them all over the place, going through those portals. Sharp Wind will cause silence, incapacitation, and removes active debuff to enemies, as well as a chance to grant all damage immune. Increase all basic attacks, defenses, and speeds by a percentage. One more time. Also, once again, it will also add additional energy attack damage. Alright, skill number 5 is called Spatial Collapse. Spatial Collapse will cause stun and paralysis to enemies along with applying Invincible and an increase to basic damage for 1 attack to self. Big explosion there. And lastly, her awakened skill is Mohawk Wrath, which applies bleed, shock, and paralysis. Let's check this one out, shall we? It also applies crit rate and crit damage increase to self and ignores target dodge rate, invincible, and removes all debuffs while increasing all basic attacks for a varying amount of time. Now, let's go ahead and let's show that one more time to this group here. They deserve a little bit more. And lastly, we'll go ahead and check out her recommended combo with 3, 4, and 5. I mentioned in the beginning, of course, if you want to check out any of these new characters' skills, go ahead and check out those combos yourself in game. So be sure to try out Kohori's abilities to manipulate space as she joins Marvel Future Fight for the first time, even before the show's release. Alrighty. Along with heroes who have received new uniforms, Katie with her keen archery skills and Lincoln Campbell with the ability to control electricity have received potential transcendence. Katie rains down a barrage of powerful arrows from the sky onto her enemies, while Lincoln Campbell unleashes his lightning abilities on the ground, causing explosions that attack his enemies. Now, agents, are you ready to face off the alternative possibilities with the heroes in this December update? Let us know in the chat. Now, real quickly, let's check out the uniform options that will receive a discount together with the new uniforms. The new uniform options for the first uniform with Hela include Shuri, Kraven the Hunter, Iceman, and Adam Warlock. Some of the uniform options of Winwoo include Beast, Angela, and Odin from the most recent T4 update for him. And lastly, we have some uniform options for Supernova Nebula, including Groot, Emma Frost, and of course Star-Lord from Marvel Studios' Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. And those are the highlights. Let's jump into some new content and exciting changes. Alrighty, along with new uniforms, a new event battle with the theme of the new superhero Kohori has been added. Let's check that out, shall we? Since It's been a long time since this game mode has been added. We're going to take a little bit of a closer look. There are 4 chapters, as you can see, with different respective requirements. We'll go ahead and enter one of the chapters. I already kind of put it in the progress so I can make sure I know what we're doing here. Overall, the chapters are, straightforward, and the boss composition for both the event and its stages have been adjusted through the updates. Importantly, the final stage of each chapter has been changed to a new map and boss to fit the Marvel Studios What If theme. So let's go ahead and enter a stage, shall we? Already set a team full of What If characters, along with various changes and conveniences were added to improve for our agents. The Autoplay Plus feature, which previously required initial clears, can now be activated from the beginning. Agents will be able to progress battles more conveniently and acquire the rewards. So be sure to fight against various bosses and acquire biometrics of the new superhero Kohori. Also, a new comic card collection has been added to based on Marvel Studios' What If theme. Through this comic card collection, you'll be able to receive a 4% increase to your HP. A new premium card has also been added along with the collection. So be sure to check out the game for more details on the effects of each comic card. Other improvements have also been prepared with this update as well, and one of them is a story fragment conversion feature. Normal conversion allows story fragments to be changed into random fragments, and as you can see, it requires a low number of said story fragments. Pretty straightforward. Let's just hit normal conversion. Bam, got something from part 5. In the guaranteed conversion, you can exchange story fragments you already have in a story for fragments that you desire. And as the name implies, it guarantees a result, but it requires a greater number of fragments, as you can see. So you take what you have, and we'll go ahead and just, say, pick that, hit it through, be good to go. So don't miss out on this new feature if you'd like to combine your story fragments. And we have looked into the main changes for the December update so far, and of course there'll be more details and improvements that were not discussed through the live stream. So please check out the update details that will be posted in the community forum. And now, it's the time that everyone waits for, that event coupon. And of course the coupon code can be accessed in the main lobby screen. Go to settings, info, and coupon for Android users. And if you're an iOS and Apple user, check out the coupon registration page in our forum. Generally try to post it in the chat if possible. Now, the coupon code is WHATIF2. Pretty straightforward this time. WHATIF2. Be sure to enter that because it will be valid until tomorrow, Wednesday, 12/13 at 6:59 a.m. It will expire soon. Well, there you have it. I hope you're as excited as we are for the December What If Season 2 update. As always, be sure to follow our social media channels and forums for everything Marvel Future Fight. Good night, everyone. This is 3RL signing off. See you next time. Thank you for watching.